So my vlog, breaking down and explaining PragerU's lawsuit against YouTube, which lawsuit is itself predicated on the arbitrary and abusive demonetization of videos, was itself demonetized.
Irony. It's a noun. It's when something is ironic. It's, well, I can't really define irony, but I know when I see it.
Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber. You all know who I am by now, and no, this is not going to turn into a weekly installment of Let's Complain About YouTube. A while back I said that I don't want my channel turning into a channel where all I do is complain about YouTube, and then I noticed a comment of someone saying, yeah, a while back you said that, and now here we are with your weekly installment complaining about YouTube. I am not complaining about YouTube in this video. I am actually going to remark on what I believe to be the issues and propose a solution and ask a question so that YouTube can hopefully address the issue and resolve the problem. Or at the very least give us some clarification, but let's start from the beginning. Last week I did a video breaking down and explaining PragerU's lawsuit against YouTube. PragerU is suing YouTube for First Amendment violations, discrimination on the basis that YouTube arbitrarily and abusively demonetizes PragerU's videos and puts them on restricted mode, meaning that people who are operating in YouTube with the restricted mode will not see these videos, that these videos are not presented to people below a certain age, and that overall the videos are less visible, less viewable, and therefore subject to less exposure on the platform. PragerU argues that this is done because of political or ideological bias or discrimination, and they filed a lawsuit at the federal level, at the state level, arguing First Amendment violations, and at the state level arguing UNRU, U-N-R-U-H, apparently I mispronounced it in my last video, UNRU violations. That video I'm going to post right here, so go give it a watch if you haven't seen it yet, and then come back to this video. Oh wait, I'm not going anywhere.
2 hours later.
Oh, welcome back. Okay, a number of people asked a number of good questions in the comment section of that video, and I will get to those questions in a later video. Some of those questions were to the effect that YouTube is a private company and therefore not subject to First Amendment claims. I think we dealt with that question in the video, but we are going to get back to that later. Other questions were to the effect that under the UNRU Act, political ideology was not a listed class that was protected from discrimination. And people were asking how PragerU is going to invoke the UNRU Act when political and ideological discrimination was not provided for in the Act. We'll get to that question in a later video. I don't want to spoil the surprise because quite honestly I don't know the answer, and I need to speak to a lawyer who might know the answer. Hopefully the lawyers for PragerU, if they sit down for a live stream interview. Okay, Barney the vlog dog is panting like a beast. He's gone inside. He knows his limits. It's too hot today. Where was I? Oh yes, that's right. So my video breaking down and explaining PragerU's lawsuit, I look at it this morning and it was demonetized. It was monetized yesterday. It was monetized the day before yesterday. It was monetized as of the time I put the video up this morning at about 6:30 in the morning. I look at my app thingy and see that the video has been demonetized. Incidentally, I was up at 4 o'clock this morning to go on Breakfast Television News as a co-host. We're trying something new this week in which I co-host on Breakfast Television. We'll see where it goes. It was a lot of fun. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. No one should get up at this hour. Taxi's here. But I'm there just looking through my app videos and I see that the video has been demonetized. The video had been monetized for 4 days. All of a sudden, with no notice or email or notification, it's demonetized at roughly 60,000 views. I immediately request a manual review, and between you and me and everyone on the internet, I'm not particularly nervous or concerned because I know that when a person, an actual human with eyes and a brain, watches that video, they're gonna know that there's nothing remotely inappropriate in that video that makes it inappropriate for advertisers. And within 4 hours, I just double-checked the video has been remonetized. Okay, whoop-de-doo, yay.
What is going on though?
Now I've been reading the comments and people hypothesizing as to how and why this happens. A lot of people say that when you originally post a video, there's gonna be an initial sort of verification, and if YouTube deems the video to be inappropriate for advertisers, it's going to get demonetized right away. And this automatic verification process goes through tag words, and I believe it even goes through the audio of the video to search for bad words, naughty words. And I believe that this is true because in certain cases I've posted a video and it's been demonetized before I even publish it. I've noticed that I have certain videos that I've uploaded but never published that were flagged as demonetized, which means that there's some sort of automatic verification system that goes on in YouTube the moment you upload a video. What I believe happens after this stage is if you upload a video that doesn't initially get flagged by YouTube's automatic verification system, viewers, subscribers, YouTube people on the platform can flag a video as inappropriate, and then that triggers a sort of algorithmic, or call it a computer response, where a computer is now going to go verify that video with its computer brain. Its artificial intelligence is going to go look over that video and determine if that video is unsuitable for advertisers. But this is all a computer, this is all sort of an automated system. If, in the infinite wisdom of its artificial computer brain, the computer determines that the video is inappropriate for advertisers, it is going to change it to demonetize without notifying the creator. Item number 1. 1, YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, YouTube creators, Team YouTube. You have to have a system where the content creator is notified when a video that has been hitherto monetized automatically becomes demonetized. It doesn't matter the reason, the creator is both entitled to and has to know that the status quo has been changed. I don't care what the terms of service said, although I'm going to go check them after this video. You have to notify a creator when a video that has been monetized for any extended period of time is unilaterally and arbitrarily demonetized for whatever the reason. Parentheses closed. So the working theory is that someone watched a video, didn't like it, found it offensive or whatever, and decided to flag it as inappropriate. A computer comes and determines whether or not it is inappropriate and makes its decision based on whatever the artificial intelligence of this computer brain determines to be appropriate criteria for whether or not a video is inappropriate for advertisers. When the content creator notices this, they ask for a manual review, and then it goes through the eyes and brain of an actual thinking human. Now, a lot of people in my previous video where I was complaining about the fact that YouTube doesn't actually notify content creators came up with a pretty good reason as to why YouTube would not actively notify content creators that a video that had been monetized for any period of time was suddenly demonetized, and that is because it would trigger a massive amount of requests for manual review, which would overburden YouTube's system, increase the cost of doing business, require more labor power, etc., etc. That's a very interesting theory. One might even say that that is a motive to be deceitful in terms of not notifying content creators of a change in the monetization status of a video. Justification to some is motive to others. Regardless, parentheses closed. Now, where the heck was I going with this? Oh, that's right. Another theory as to why a video becomes demonetized is because of the comment section. Sometimes the comment section gets a little out of hand. People start saying things that they shouldn't say in the comment section, and then YouTube might include inappropriate comments in the comment section for inappropriate content for the purposes of monetization. This is another very interesting theory. And YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, Team YouTube, YouTube creators, when determining if a video is inappropriate for advertisers, does YouTube also consider the comments in the comment section? That is all we need to know. Please answer. I'm not going to go anywhere for at least another 3 seconds.
2 hours later.
That is a question that content creators need an answer to because it determines how they deal with their content and how they deal with the comment section. But if YouTube considers the comments in determining whether or not a video is appropriate for advertisers, that poses a number of problems. First of all, it punishes the content creator for the actions of another. And second of all, it actually rewards the behavior of what are typically called trolls, who can then just pick someone that they want to abuse, not only flag their videos for the purposes of the automated review as to determine whether or not they're inappropriate for monetization, it can actually reward the trolls who can then go in and sabotage a comment section, thereby sabotaging a content creator's channel. The problems are apparent, but at the very least we need some clarity on the subject. But in general, censorship is not good. It doesn't resolve issues, it doesn't resolve debate. You don't win an argument because you've silenced your adversary. And this comes back to something I literally just talked about this morning on Breakfast Television about censorship and billboards. Apparently some company was running billboard ads for the People's Party of Canada, and on the billboard it said, "Say no to mass immigration, vote People's Party of Canada." People got offended by the content of the billboard. They started calling the billboard advertising company. People signed a petition and they got the ad space owner to take down the ad. The People's Party of Canada had no affiliation to the people who put up the ad, although they confirmed that they agree with the message. All right, agree or disagree with the ad, what have we resolved here?
This is something I've said a number of times, but imperfect freedom of speech is better than perfect censorship.
Yes.
Some people are going to agree with the message, some people are going to disagree with the message. And if the idea is now we're going to take down billboards and restrict speech based on what some people disagree with, where's the limit going to be?
They use their freedom of speech to protest it, to say, there you go.
They use their freedom of speech
Yeah.
to suppress, not protest. Protest is one thing.
Yeah.
And if, in my mind, if someone disagrees with that banner, post one right next to it
Okay.
and use humor and
Interesting.
messaging. But this is not protesting when you suppress and force them to take it down. And then the question is, what's the next step?
Okay.
Because knowing that Maxime
So from a-
Bernier
yeah.
approves of the message, is the next step going to be any message supporting him is deemed to be hateful? We have to take it
Interesting.
down.
Very interesting.
But censoring it, it's not going to suppress the feeling. It's not going to suppress the discussion. It's just going to create a different venue for it.
And the ultimate irony of this type of censorship is that it ultimately doesn't delegitimize the opinion that is being suppressed. It in fact legitimizes the opinion. People who believe it now say, look, it's so true what we believe that they won't let us say it. It confirms the belief in the eyes of the people who hold it, and for the people who are in the center, it sort of causes them to ask questions as to why this form of expression would have to be suppressed. Okay, people find it offensive. Okay, understood. My solution, instead of forcing someone to take down the billboard, buy the ad space right next to it and run whatever counter message you want to run, and let the ideas battle themselves out. Suppression is not reasonable discourse. It's the absence of reasonable discourse. All right, I've gone off the rails a little bit, but this is all sort of part and parcel of the same thing. We need to know how it works in terms of demonetizing videos on YouTube. It has to do with the comment section. At least let creators know so they can deal with the comment section accordingly. But if it forces content creators to suppress and delete comments in the comment section, i.e. censorship, we're not going to resolve any problem. We're only going to exacerbate a problem. It's going to cause people who have those beliefs to dig in their heels even more, and it's going to cause people in the center to drift a little bit away from the center censorship avenue, because I have a lot of left-leaning subscribers on YouTube, because I know from reading the comment sections, and they themselves are getting turned off by the censorship on YouTube, because they are quickly realizing that at the end of the day, it doesn't just affect the people who they disagree with. Ultimately, it will invariably affect them, as can be evidenced by the LGBTQ lawsuit against YouTube on the same basis as PragerU's lawsuit against YouTube, incidentally represented by the same firm in that lawsuit. All right, that is it. If you like this content, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment in the comment section below. If you want a Vlog Dog shirt, link below, and now you know your vlog. Peace out.